The outcome, life in prison, do you think that's justice?
Yes, I do. I hate it for all the families that are involved, and I think being inside the courtroom, you see a lot of pain, a lot of agony, a lot of tears, coming from all sides. So I mean, it's just it's a painful week for a lot of folks, especially the Townville community. But I think justice was served in this, and despite how young he is, I believe he's got a long way to go mentally with rehabilitation before he could even, I think, muster a positive thought in his mind. So I think that justice prevailed in this one. I think he is not somebody that needs to be walking our streets.
Right. Now, you were sheriff-elect
Yes.
when this all happened.
That's correct.
So as soon as you took office, this was something heavy for your office, for
Yep.
deputies, as well as the Townville community. How did you guys cope and come together? I mean, that's pretty heavy for, like, your first couple of days in office.
Yeah, we had a lot of officers that are very emotionally involved in this case, and a lot of officers that live and first responders that live in that community. And I'm very close friends with, the firemen that responded to that incident, and so it just weighs heavy on you. I responded that same day as well, even though I was I was not official at all, just to support the deputies that were on scene, because our guys deal with a lot of traumatic experiences all the time, and a lot of sadness and grief and just terrible circumstances. But when something like that happens at a school, unfortunately there was a murder before that, before he even got to the school, of his own father. That's traumatic enough, dealing and investigating those types of situations. But then to have had that happen at the school, and and the Lord, obviously, little Jacob Hall lost his life, but there were some other significant injuries, and just what those kids go through on a daily basis now, 4 years later, having to deal with that and cope with that, and the parents that are trying to deal with that with those kids that were affected by that in that school. It's just affected the community so much, and Townville community is part of our Anderson County community, so it affects us. So we're glad to see justice served today.